You know, I'm so struck by this arrogance of Meghan Markle. It's incredible. I mean, she's an American actress, she marries a British prince. Great for the image, great career move. Not 2 years later, she and Harry then flee the royal duties, and she particularly starts to attack the system society she married into. This week, she and Harry attacked the British Commonwealth, headed by the Queen, saying it had to confront its racist past.
Certainly when you look across the Commonwealth, there's no way that we can move forward unless we acknowledge the past.
We're going to have to be a little uncomfortable right now because it's only in pushing through that discomfort that we get to the other side of this and find the place, as you're pointing out, where a high tide raises all ships. Equality does not put anyone on the back foot. It puts us all on the same footing, which a lot of it as well is in that self-reflection, it's acknowledging whatever mistakes we've all made, right? So if we look at the Commonwealth, and I know part of the conversation we're going to explore later on is looking at the history of that. But if you start on that macro level, you also have to look on a more micro level with each of us individually. What have we done in our past that we put our hand up? And I think this is a moment of reckoning.
Joining me is Brendan O'Neill, editor of Spiked. You must read his stuff there online. It's brilliant. Brendan, thank you so much for your time. I am struck by her arrogance, as I said. It's as if she assumes, Meghan Markle, that until now people have been hiding the history of the Commonwealth, not facing up to the past, but only she now can come along and make us face the ugly truth.
Complete arrogance. You know, it's as if she's come to save Britain from itself and to save the stupid British plebs from their own history and their own ignorance. I think there's a real arrogant streak to it, and it's completely ridiculous. You know, the woke waffle that Prince Harry and the Duchess Meghan Markle are coming out with at the moment is completely ridiculous. These are painfully privileged individuals. They live a life of extreme luxury. They are making these statements from their mansion in Los Angeles, and they are lecturing the rest of us about our privilege, our supposed white privilege, about our role in history, which we, you know, the vast majority of us had absolutely nothing to do with. There's something very perverse about these incredibly well-off, comfortable royals, they're still royals, lecturing everyone else about needing to be less privileged, less racist, less stupid. I think lots of people are getting sick and tired of it.
Oh, we're on the same level, she told us, Brendan. So I guess that after this interview, you'll go home to your $35 million mansion as well and get the servants to cook you up something swift. The criticism is fine when it's merited. You know, no society gets better without criticism. But the thing is, I don't know. I can't recall. Maybe you can. You follow all this stuff much more keenly. I can't recall her ever tempering it or balancing it with praise for what is in fact one of the world's oldest and strongest democracies, one of the world's freest nations. Have you heard one word of praise for Britain?
Well, this is the striking thing. You know, the thing is, Meghan Markle says that she was treated in a racist way in the United Kingdom, especially by the tabloid newspapers and presumably by the idiots who read tabloid newspapers. That's not true at all. You know, when she first came on the scene, people were incredibly favourable. Her wedding was watched by millions and millions of people. Ordinary Brits loved her, and they loved the fact that Harry was getting married to someone he seemed to be head over heels in love with. It was great. People only really turned against her when she started to lecture the rest of us, from Vogue magazine, from every opportunity she got. Yeah, you know, when every time she did a speech, she was telling us about our carbon footprint and the need to be eco-friendly. And at the same time, her and Harry were jetting off in a private jet to stay in Elton John's swanky pad in the south of France. So people really just didn't like the hypocrisy. And I think what she has done, whether she's done this on purpose or unwittingly, she has painted an image of the United Kingdom as a pretty horrible, racist country that she had to escape. And I think that's actually unforgivable, because people welcomed her, people treated her incredibly well, and it feels like she's betrayed the nation that gave her a lot. And I think a lot of people will be really find that incredibly irritating.
Well, it's interesting you finished on that note. I've got a similar example for you. Now, you take Somalia. Look, to many people, that is a hellhole country. It's had warlords, it's had Islamist gangs, it's had civil war. How many refugees have fled it to countries like Australia? One of the refugees was Ilhan Omar. Now, she She was taken in by America. She was educated. That country educated her. It gave her a chance. Such a good chance. She's now in Congress, a Democrat politician. I mean, it's an unbelievable story. But she's now a politician who says capitalism is terrible. America's justice system should be dismantled, and the rest of the rotten system with it. Have a listen.
So we cannot stop at criminal justice system. We must begin the work of dismantling the whole system of oppression wherever we find it.
I just can't believe it. She flees oppression, real oppression, gets treated, this amazing opportunity and career in America, but she thinks the real oppression she's facing is in America. Why is she there?
I think Ilhan Omar is an increasingly ridiculous politician. You know, the great thing about the United States is the way that it embraces immigrants. I mean, that's what it's famous for. It's famous for, loads of my family fled Ireland and moved to the United States, and many of them did incredibly well for themselves. It's known as a country that embraces immigrants, that gives opportunities, equality of opportunity, the American dream, all those things that Martin Luther King and others talked about as well, and the importance of including as many people as possible in that dream. And I think it will just strike a lot of people as annoying and wrong, in fact, just morally wrong for Ilhan Omar to depict America in this incredibly negative way and to say that the whole system needs to be broken down. There are many people in the United States, black and white, who would love the same kind of chances that she has had and would love to move up the ladder in the way that she has had. And I think for those people who will be going to the polls fairly soon, they will think that this sounds just wrong. It's the wrong thing to say about the United States, which is a country that has welcomed immigrants in an incredible way over the past 200 years.
Just a word of thanks might just come in handy, I would have thought. Golly gosh. Brendan O'Neill, thank you so much indeed for your time. And please go retire to your mansion and have a few cucumber sandwiches on me.
Thanks, Andrew.